Hello, you're back with Barbara, and this is From Stuck to Story, writing your next chapter. So, this is week one, the start of week one, and I hope you enjoyed the orientation. And I hope you found the playbook and have started with the first assignment, journaling, of course. So, for week one, we have identify the stuck point. So this is an extremely important part of the process. You can't address something and reflect on something until you have become aware of what is stuck. So that's what we're going to talk about for a few minutes. Um, the theme is naming what's not working because it has to do with why you're stuck. I have a quote for you. Awareness is the first chapter of every new story. The first step. So let's begin looking honestly at where you are. And I would say you should always start where you are. Um, but you should do this without judgments, judging yourself or letting others judge you. And you should seek to understand exactly where you are. And hopefully you can gain some insight on where and why you are stuck. I do want to mention something, which is being stuck does not mean that you have failed. Um, this might be the idea that you have or others have. And all that it means is that your inner narrative is ready for revision. So it's time to change. Um, this is a good point that I want to make. Psychologists remind us that what we can name, we can reshape. So if we can name it, we can reshape it. If we can name it, we can change it. So that's self-awareness, identifying the stuck, what's stuck, and how we're stuck and why we're stuck. And then once we do that, we can change it and reshape it. Let's take a deep breath. Very good. Think of one area of your life that feels heavy or repetitive. It could be work, relationship, self-belief. What story have you been telling yourself about this? Maybe I can't start over. It's too late. I don't belong here. Especially the last one I find is very common, an issue of belonging. And the idea here is that we are observing what is keeping you looping, that's going in circles. Um, we're just trying to observe right now. By the end of this session, you'll have the words for your stuck story. And this is the opening paragraph for transformation. Finding finding out where you're stuck, it's a start and leads to transformation. Okay, so I want to go over a couple things. For the workbook, which I'm calling the playbook, we're not talking about work here. We're talking about play. Please write freely and journal as much as you can. And then you take a excerpt from that for the weekly feedback. The purpose of this is reflection. And I talked about reflection in the orientation being important, of course. Um, so, like I said, share a short excerpt in the thread that is up now. It's been up for a while now in the school thread. And this has community visibility. And the community is the course. Um, Let's say, let me give you some journaling prompts. What feels stuck right now? And where do you feel it in your body? Another one, what should statements appear in your thoughts? What should statements appear in your thoughts? The reason I mentioned this one about shoulds is because that can interfere with uh, finding your authentic self if you're listening too much of shoulds from other people. How long have you been repeating this story? Okay, so I hope you take notes and do the assignment for the journal and share in the school thread and get feedback and give feedback to others. And I'll see you in week 2. Bye.